What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now, this video is going to talk about what you need to be doing this year. As in this brand new year, doesn't matter what year this is, because honestly, this is something that will apply to anyone in any year going forward. So let's get into it. Now, there are three things I want to talk about, like I mentioned. One of them is going to be your career. Now, some things that you need to be doing for your career this year is learning new skills and positioning yourself to move into a higher position or move to another company, depending on your work situation and whether or not you're happy or you feel fulfilled in your current position. You think it's time for change because you don't feel comfortable at that company, or you know that your position is coming to an end, whether you're in a contract or you're unfortunately getting laid off, or you know for sure the company's going to have layoffs. That may impact you. None of this stuff is new, but it's absolutely what you need to focus on for your career. And you know, me saying this is funny because this is some of the stuff I didn't focus on. You know, even a few years ago, I was more focused on just getting the job done and, you know, making sure that there was communication between myself and coworkers and other departments and making sure everything was running smoothly. That's all well and good, but you know, once you're in a certain position and you've been in that position for a while, it's time to start learning new skills, new trades, and new tools to help you move forward even faster in terms of making your job easier, to be able to take on more things, or putting yourself in a position to move up the ladder, if that makes sense. You know, whether you have been working as an engineer for a few years and you really want to move up to become a senior engineer or some other position, it makes more sense just to learn new skills and even get certified for those new skills. So if you're learning Python and you're trying to become something like an automation engineer and you work in QA, then, you know, taking Python courses will benefit you, but also getting some type of professional certification in that field will help you as well. And that'll look better to your current employer and even future potential employers. So, you know, working on your skills, getting certified in new things related to your position is definitely going to be beneficial for you going forward for your career. And as far as anything else related to your career, maybe you don't want to stay in that career. Maybe you want to move to something else. You know, starting to take the time to learn something new, network with people, and see what it would take to move to that new field, whether they have entry-level positions at their company or at other companies. And if they can put you in contact with people they may know. You know, it's always good to network. That's one of the things I regret not doing more a few years ago, was networking. I was so just tied down to the job and focused strictly on the job that I didn't take the time to reach out to my connections on a regular basis or ask about, well, what are you doing differently than what I'm doing? You know, even people that worked in QA like I do. So I think it'd be beneficial to network, you know, to learn about the different roles that you may be interested in if you're looking to move out of your current position and into something fresh. Now, that was the first thing. The first thing is all about your career, what you can do and what you should do this year to make yourself more valuable to your company, or to move to another company, or even just to move up in your current field, or you can actually move over to a different field entirely. This next thing is going to be about personal brand. Now, as many of you may know, I rebranded the channel a little bit. The name's different. I'm on almost every social platform. I'm doing the same things I was doing before, plus a little extra. And you know, your personal brand is something that's going to be very important going forward. For anyone who's been only focused on the 9-to-5 and feel like they're comfortable and they're safe in their current position at whatever company they're working for, that's not true, and that'll never be true again. Just based on everything that's happened over the past 5 years with COVID, companies rapidly hiring, then doing mass layoffs over the past 3 to 4 years. No one is safe in any field. It's increasingly important for you to do other things than just your 9 to 5, especially if you have hobbies that you want to turn into your potential future career, or you want to start doing things that you're not planning to turn into a career, but may end up working out that way in the future. So your personal brand is important. Reaching out to other like-minded people who are creative, who are doing things similar to you to try to understand how to get into that space is very important. Being present on social media is also important. I know a lot of people don't want to have to manage that stuff. Like personally, I don't like social media that much. I have a system that works in terms of like uploading content, and I'll post every so often and share stories and things like that, but I have systems in place to where I can upload short form content, or I can schedule different things weeks in advance. So it works for me in that way. But someone just starting out a personal brand should take time to look at different YouTube videos. I don't necessarily think you need online courses right now. I would myself never pay for an online course related to personal brand. That's just not a me thing. I'm not someone who's gonna do that, but it may be beneficial to you. It may actually help you a lot more. So I'm not gonna say don't do it. I'm just gonna say that for me, it's not something I was really interested in. I'm still figuring some things out for my personal brand. So obviously I'm not a professional by any means, and I'm still trying to work on stuff and improve my brand and things like that. But I think it's very important for everyone to have a personal brand going forward, because you never know. Something could happen and an opportunity or multiple opportunities arise to where you can focus more on your personal brand than your actual career, and then your personal brand becomes your career. And you can decide to leave your 9 to 5 or do both at the same time. It really just depends, and it's up to you. But I think everyone absolutely needs to start a personal brand, or if you started one previously and you just haven't kept up with it, putting more time and effort into that personal brand, I think is very important. Really crucial for anyone going forward in any year, honestly. Now, the last thing I'll talk about, the third thing that I think everyone should be doing this year, is really focusing and understanding their finances, and also things to either invest in or keep an eye on in terms of money. I'm no money expert, I'm no financial advisor, but I think it's very important for everyone to understand certain things in terms of how to budget, how to properly plan long-term goals for financial reasons, or short-term emergencies, things that may come up, like a flat tire or another car repair or a house repair, or a medical emergency. All of that stuff is very important, and it's important to have short-term goals, long-term goals, a complete handle on your budget, your monthly budget. And especially if you have a partner, it's increasingly important to communicate that stuff on a regular basis. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about finances and get scared when it comes to trying to learn how to understand budgeting and different things related to finances, but it's not that hard. It's just taking the time to understand it. Like anything that's new, it's gonna take time to understand. So honestly, this is very important. I mean, for every single human being, it's important. Your finances is gonna be tied to almost everything. So it's important to understand your budget, how to properly budget, your financial goals, and plan out in advance any emergencies that could happen. You always want to have a savings for medical stuff, home stuff, car stuff, and anything else you can think of. So if you are worried that you may get laid off in the future, which in this economy and this job market, anything can happen. As someone who was laid off in 2024, I completely understand. It's important to have a backup savings for stuff like that. That way, if you do get laid off, you have some money to kind of carry you until you find another position. And not only that, but that'll also give you time to work on anything else creative that you want to do while still having money to pay the bills at the end of the day. So yeah, I think those are the three major things that everyone needs to be doing or focused on this year. You know, understanding those 3 things and focusing on those 3 things this year, honestly, are just things that you should not overlook. So yeah, that's it. I appreciate you all watching the videos and supporting me here on YouTube. Be sure to check out my live gameplay streams on Twitch as well. And check out all of my social media stuff. Again, I'm at SupJamil everywhere. So until next time, catch you later.